finally just said, "Screw it," and I went and got in my hammock and started trying to get my feet warmed up.
Did you bring
And
some
by the
down below
time
gear?
my feet started getting warm, I hear Josh go, "I got the fire going," and I was like, Enjoy it. I'm not moving."
You was in there for the final count, huh?
Once I got in there and those feet started getting warm, I was like, "I'm not stepping out into that cold. No, I don't even care if there's a fire at this point. I'm in here. I'm done."
How'd you get them? What did you do to get them warm? What was your
It was a
go-to?
Nalgene. I got an Nalgene bottle, filled it with boiling water, threw it in the foot box, and gave it about 15 minutes so it could cool down enough that it wouldn't burn my feet off.
Uh-huh.
And then jumped in there and put my feet in there. And man, I needed it. It was the only way I could get my feet warmed up.
See, I took a few packs of hot hands on this trip because I was like, it's gonna get cold at night. I mean, it said
You,
32 on the weather, right? Go ahead.
your story of melting your sleeping bag has forever kept me from putting any kind of hot hands in my sleeping bag or quilt.
Well, you can.
I will never do it because that one incident where you burned that massive hole in your
Yeah.
one, it was either a quilt or a sleeping bag. I can't remember which one.
Oh, it was an underquilt.
Yeah. I was like, ever
Yeah.
since that story, I'm like, yep, I got better ways to keep myself warm. I'm not doing that one.
Yeah. Well, I think that just happened because I compressed it, but in my backpack.
Yeah.
Now I don't ever put the hot hands in my backpack. They have to be on the outside whenever I'm trashing them.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I took a few packs of hot hands this trip because I thought, yeah, it's going to be cold. 32 was supposed to be the low, but one of the guys had one of those little thermometers that you can hit the button. It tells you what the low
Yep.
was. And I don't remember what it said, but I remember the next morning, whenever I asked him what the temp was, he said, well, right now it's 22. And I was like, "Phew, so much for that 32-degree night, you know?" But
Right.
also, I was 15 feet from a frozen creek where I was sleeping at. So that could
Yeah.
probably have something to do with it.
It's kind of like sleeping in a freezer. Like you're
Yeah.
going to be cold.